I hope you all had a good weekend and you guys are ready to start off in class today. Who wants to start off with a game? Just about all of you? Okay, perfect. So we're gonna be playing a game today that's called I Spy with My Little Eye. Who's played that game before? Raise your hand. All right, most of you. Perfect, so for those who haven't played before, I'm gonna explain it really quick. It's a pretty easy game to play. So pretty much what's gonna happen is I'm gonna say, I spy with my little eye something, and then I'll say a color, and you guys have to go ahead and guess what you see around you that I could be seeing that is that color. All right? I spy with my little eye something outside that's green. What could it be? The grass? Not quite. The flowers? No. The bushes? Almost there. The trees? Exactly. Yes, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at the trees. So when you guys looked outside and you saw all those different green things, what do all of those green things have in common? They're all plants, exactly. So we see a lot of different plants outside that make looking outside really beautiful, right? How many of you guys like to spend time outside, going on walks, playing sports, whatever outside? A lot of you, right? But do you guys know how those plants grow and what they need? A couple of you do know? Okay, what's something that those plants need to grow? They need water, exactly. Yeah, you water your plants every day? That's so good, good job. What's something else that they need? They need light, yes, exactly. But do they need lights maybe from the light bulbs inside or from the sun outside? From the sun outside, exactly. And what's one more thing that they might need? They need air, exactly. Yeah, so plants need those three things to be able to grow. And they do that through a process called photosynthesis. So today, you guys are gonna be learning about that process called photosynthesis, what the plants need to be able to do that process, and then what they produce from that process, okay? Have you guys heard about photosynthesis before? Maybe a couple of you? Okay, let's say that word one more time because it's kind of a big one, but we need to learn it. Photosynthesis. Exactly, good job. So we already said some of the things that the plants need to do that process, right? So one of them is water, another is sunlight, and another one is something found in the air called carbon dioxide. Can you guys say that with me? Carbon dioxide. All right, good job. So they need those three things, but do you guys know how those three things actually get into the plant? So the water, maybe someone can tell me how water gets in the plant. When you're watering your plant and the water goes into the ground, how does it get into the plant? Through the roots, exactly, good job. And then the sunlight, how does that get into the plants? Do you think the sunlight goes all the way down to where the roots are? No, it doesn't. It goes to the leaves, exactly. And there's something in the leaves that lets the sunlight be absorbed, and that's called chlorophyll. Can you guys say that? Good job, chlorophyll. And then the carbon dioxide gets into the plant through these tiny holes on the leaves that are called stomata. Okay, can you guys say that? Good job. So the water gets in through the roots, the sunlight gets in through the chlorophyll, and the carbon dioxide gets in through the stomata. Good job. So those are three very important things that the plants need, and that's how it gets in. Now, after the plant receives those things, it does the process of photosynthesis, okay? And through that process, it produces two very important things. One of those things is very important for the plants, and one of those things is actually very important for us. It's something that we need. Do you guys have any idea what that could be? Do you have any idea what the plant could make? It makes itself food, and this food is called sugar. It's not exactly the sugar you guys might be thinking of that's really sweet and yummy. It's a different kind of sugar that allows the plant to grow. And it also produces for us oxygen so that we can breathe and we can have fresh air. So you can see why it's really important to actually take care of these plants and take care of them in our everyday lives, because they actually provide something very important for us as well. All right, now that we've learned a little bit more about the process of photosynthesis and how that works, we're actually gonna figure out how we can apply it and see it in our everyday lives. So do you guys remember when earlier we went and we got a leaf off the tree and we put it in this water? You might have been a little confused as to why we did that. But now what do you see in the water? You can see that there's a lot of bubbles, right? And where do those bubbles come from? Yeah, and a lot of times bubbles come from soap, but this time they didn't, right? Because we didn't put any soap in the water. Do you think the bubbles came from the leaf? They actually did come from the leaf. And do you know why? What are one of the things that plants put out into the air? They put out oxygen into the air. And that oxygen that the leaf was actually releasing made those little bubbles in the water when we left it there. Exactly, good job. And so you guys can see that in the leaves and everything just that we see outside, we can see the oxygen being released and what we actually learned about in everyday life. Exactly. And do you guys remember this other experiment that we just did, where we have the little leaves crushed up and we can see the different colors on the coffee filter? All right, we're gonna go ahead and contrast those colors. And what do you guys think makes these colors different? What do you think is the difference between them, or why they're different? What is the thing that makes the plants green? The chlorophyll, right? Exactly. And so when you guys see these different colors of green, or even one that's red, what do you think is the difference? Why do you think they look different? Because of the chlorophyll, exactly. So some of them might have more, some of them might have less. And what do you think about the red one? Why is the red one red? It actually has a totally different thing in there other than chlorophyll that gives it this red color. And that's why we can see also different colors of leaves in the fall. Exactly. So good job, you guys are able to recognize these different colors. And why did the leaves have their color? Because of chlorophyll. Exactly, good job. All right, now that we've learned about this whole process and we've seen how we can apply it to our lives, we're gonna do a little bit of review. And now that you guys are in groups of 2, we're going to go ahead and play a little game. So what you guys are gonna have to do is when I point to a part of the plant or I ask you guys a question, you're going to work in a team to write down the answer. Now remember that both of you in the team have to be participating, because if not, we're gonna have to switch you up to make sure everyone is playing the game, okay? So we make sure everyone's learning. Do you got it? Perfect. All right, so we'll start off with an easy one. What is this part of the plant called? Yes, you guys got it. It's called the roots. Perfect. All right, let's do a little bit of a harder one. How does the sunlight get into the plant? What is that called? It also gives the plants their green color. Chlorophyll. Perfect, good job. Okay, what about when the plant has already gone through the process of photosynthesis? What are one of the 2 things that they make? Remember, one is important for us and one is important for the plant. Sugar, good job. Okay, perfect. All right, now that you guys are experts on taking care of plants, you can see that you all have your own little plant that you are going to be taking care of at home. So before you guys go home, we're going to make a little plan of how you're going to take care of your plant, right? All right, so based on what we learned, what do you guys think that your plants are going to need once they get home? Are they going to need some water? Exactly. So go ahead and write that down. You guys are gonna need some water for your plants. What else? Where should we probably put the plants? Should we put them inside a dark closet? No, probably not, right? Where might you want to put your plants? I know, it would be a good idea to put them outside, but it's getting pretty cold, isn't it? And plants really can't survive when it gets super cold out. So where might be a good place where they can still get some sunlight, but they won't freeze? Maybe in the window. Perfect. Yeah, a window would be a great place to put them. Okay, good job. And what's something else that they need? Should we zip them up in a plastic bag where they won't get any air? No. Where should we put them? In a place, yeah, where they can get lots of fresh air. Perfect. Because again, what are the 3 things that the plants need? They need sunlight, they need water, and they need carbon dioxide. And where do they get the carbon dioxide from? From the air. Exactly. And so you guys are going to get to practice this and continue practicing at home. Okay? So with these plans that we've made of how to take care of your plant, you're going to be able to take them back. You're going to have to go through these steps to make sure that they're getting the things that they need. And what are the plants going to be releasing into the air for you guys? Oxygen. Exactly. Good job. Perfect. So as we get to the end of this class, let's just take a little bit of time to think about why are plants so important for us? What are some things that plants give us that should motivate us also to take care of them? What's one thing we've talked about a lot? Oxygen. Exactly. They put oxygen into the air. They give us fresh air. What's something else? Like when you go to a farm, maybe you see a lot of different plants on a farm. What are some of the plants that are really important? Yeah, they grow our food, like corn. That's a good one. What about on trees? What are some of the things that grow on trees? Apples, oranges, yep. What about on bushes? Berries, different berries grow on bushes. Yeah, so we see that plants are really important for a lot of different things. And it's important that we know how to take care of them so that we can continue getting these things and we can take care of the plants as well, because these plants help us out so much and they're really so important for everything that we do. All right, so we're gonna go home, we're gonna practice taking care of these plants, and we're gonna remember these things that the plants need, and we're going to take care of them, right? To take care of our planet and take care of each other.